Please be seated.
Guests, members and fellows, you are all and President, you are all very welcome to this membership conferring ceremony here today in number 6 Kildare Street, the home of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. We really are delighted that you've taken time out of your day, time out of your busy schedules to be here with us. I want to extend a particularly warm welcome to our new members today. Now that you're members of the college is very much your college and a college in a different way. So on behalf of the President, the Council and the officers of the college, I welcome you and I congratulate you. The Royal College of Physicians is the largest and oldest medical training body in Ireland. It was founded by John Stern back in 1654. Now, I did my intercert. I'm sure there's nobody else here in the room that did their intercert. They've done other certs, but I did my intercert, and The Merchant of Venice was the play at the time for us. And Shakespeare wrote that in 1600, and the college was founded by John Stern in 1654. And Shakespeare died at the ripe old age of 52 after he'd written those plays. So life expectancy has changed enormously. You're surrounded in this building and these halls by portraits, sculptures, and items that are all part of our heritage centre here that has attained museum status. And many of you may have taken a chance to have a look around, and it's something that the President and the college are working very hard on, getting us to museum status. You've met and you've been welcomed by some of the team and some of the staff who work so hard behind the scenes to ensure that your college and these ceremonies run as smoothly and as efficiently as it needs to. And today, new members, you are writing yourself into the fabric of this college and you're becoming part of its history. You too are becoming custodians of what the college was, is, and will do in years to come. And I'm sure you've all got an opinion of the important qualities it takes for a doctor and for medicine. You know, compassion, empathy, and kindness are critically important in all that we do. But at the heart of what we do, medicine is quintessentially about leadership and action. And whether you realise it or not, you are the future leaders and delivery of healthcare and medicine in Ireland and around the world. So you're now becoming part of the college's story and adding your own piece to the history and future of the college, and I sincerely hope you'll contribute to work with us and build on our vision and our values. In addition to everything else we do in our personal and working lives, we do have a duty to the next generation of doctors and to the healthcare system in which we work. But back to today. Today is a really great day for each of you individually, for your friends and family who have supported you along the way, for those that are with you here today, for those who could not get here but wanted to be, and goodness knows we all miss things we'd like to be at. But it's also a day to fondly remember those in all our lives who are no longer with us, but have moulded and shaped everything we do and the people we have become. So acknowledge today for what it is. It's a great and exciting moment in your careers. It's a real achievement, one you should be justly proud of, but one you've earned through your hard work, your determination, your dedication and your sacrifice with the support of many of those around you. So before declaring the ceremony of the RCPI open today, I'd like to introduce you to our panel. On my extreme left, which would be your right, and it's important as a doctor not to get left and right mixed up, is Dr. Anna Clark, Fellow and Council Member. Beside her is Dr. Ono Kern, Associate Dean of the Exams, or Maeve Skelly, sorry, I missed Maeve, you were sitting with Dr. Maeve Skelly, Treasurer of the RCPI, or just blotted out, Maeve. Dr. Owen Kern, the Associate Dean of Exams for the Faculty of Paediatrics, our President, Professor Mary Horgan, and Professor Trevor Duffy, Director of Healthcare Leadership, and I'm Diarmuid O'Shea, the President-Designate. This is a meeting of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland for the purpose of conferring membership, which I now declare open. With your permission, President, I will now proceed with the conferring ceremony.
Please proceed.
So I'm going to ask each of our licentiates and members to stand and read with me the Declaration of Membership. So if you stand up, open your packs, and we'll each read together. Insert your own name, not my name, because you're being conferred. I, and state your name, and we'll read this together, do hereby solemnly and sincerely promise that I will observe and obey the statutes, bylaws and regulations of this college relating to members, and will submit to such penalties as may be lawfully imposed for any neglect or infringement of them, including the erasure of my name from the list of members and the surrender of my diploma of membership received for the college. I further promise and declare that I will, to the best of my ability, do all things in the practice of my profession for the honour of the college and the good of the public. I further promise and declare that I will not keep open shop for the sale of medicines or endeavour to obtain practice or to attract public notice by any unworthy means, nor will I either permit or sanction the use of my name by any other person for such purpose or in connection with any secret remedy. And in the case of any doubt relative to the true meaning of this engagement, I promise to submit to the judgment of the College. So I now call upon the President, Professor Horgan, to formally admit the new members of the College to membership.
I will now formally admit the new members of the College to membership. By virtue of the authority vested in me as President, I admit you collectively as licentiates and members of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations. So I will ask our members to sit, but I'm going to call each of you individually forward before the President to receive your parchment. If you receive a certificate that doesn't bear quite your name, just smile, take a lovely photograph, take it away with you, and we will sort it all out afterwards. But that won't happen. And I think actually maybe it's such hard work for everybody. We'll try giving an applause to each person as they come up. They deserve it. And if you can tell us what you think of that. Dr. Zia Abazi. Dr. Amma Gara. Dr. Ari Algarouche. Dr. Mustafa Al-Kadim. Dr. Emma Carroll. Dr. Rachel Christner. Dr. Zahim Fatima. Dr. Lauren Fernandez. Dr. Devon Fitzgerald. Dr. Xiang Go. Dr. Quiva Hanrahan. Dr. Luke Harris. Dr. Grace Kennedy. Dr. Zain Kamal. Dr. Anne-Marie Lanigan. Dr. Hang Lee. Dr. Darika Lynch. Dr. Emma MacDonald. Dr. Fiona Murphy. A quick change to the opposite side. Dr. Robert Murphy. Dr. Aoife Murray. Dr. Marwa Mustafa. Dr. Shamshis Neama. Dr. Kate O'Donoghue. Dr. Robert Dowling. Dr. Boniji Ogon. Dr. Abhishek Palapatu. Dr. Benai Papanet. Dr. Lorna Power. Dr. Owen Rigney. Dr. Manar Shaban. Dr. Shazli Shamim. Dr. Chin Song. Dr. Tana Tan. Dr. Lijo Thomas. Dr. Onyekyi Uwadaku. Dr. Siobhan Walsh. And Dr. Anwei Bin. And if you're not too exhausted, a collective round of applause for our President, Harriet, and all of the members. So there are unfortunately a group, we've people over the 3 days, 350 people been conferred from over 20 countries, and there's unfortunately a small group of people who have to be conferred in absentia. So they are Dr. Osama Daoud, Dr. Lane Dean, Dr. Farah Diba, Dr. Nagala Alata, Dr. Ala El Batswani, Dr. Wael El Durkali, Dr. Mohammed El Zuli, Dr. Osama El Houani, Dr. Ami El Sharif, Dr. Wala El Cheek, Dr. Hagir Al Tayeb, Dr. Fauzia Fatima, Dr. Noor Fauzi, Dr. Nishaka Fernando, Dr. Mohammed Gad, Dr. Alza Gailey, Dr. Yasmin Kaur, Dr. Hannah Gorab, Dr. Ahmed Gora, Dr. Rasida Rahman, Dr. Surah Hasib, Dr. Hannah Halal, Dr. Samia Hilali, Dr. Gavin Hennelly, Dr. Fatima Hamadan, and Dr. Munta Al-Baidi. So congratulations to all of them in absentia. So a really important part of the ceremony is a trainee during their BST speaking to you, your members, and to the guests that have arrived today. And while we're not going to go counting All-Ireland medals, Dr. Fiona Murphy is a camogie player, a talented camogie player, a talented musician. She can declare where she won her All-Ireland medal if she wishes. She's currently working in UCG, a UCC graduate, Fiona, is that right? But that's forgiven, President, is it?
Absolutely.
Fiona, you're really welcome. I invite you up to address the ensemble group.
So thank you, Presidents, Fellows and Members. It is such an enormous pleasure to be joining you today and celebrating this significant achievement and major milestone. To our family and friends that was with us today, those abroad, I'm sure all of you must be wondering how many more exams and graduations do we have to attend. But we appreciate your constant support, helping us during our university years with this exam, our frequent moving throughout Ireland and assisting us with what can only be a very important day here today. I wish to specifically thank my parents, always lending a listening ear, whether they wanted to or not, after all of my examinations. And I feel at this point they could sit any of them with us. Special thanks to our patients and examiners who give up their precious time to be with us, sometimes despite tough weather conditions. I recall during my clinical examination in January of this year, driving closer and closer to Manor Hamilton and Leitrim, seeing the snow and ice on the road. And I couldn't believe my eyes when every single patient and examiner was present. It was amazing. We really appreciate it. It's a testament to the MRCPI and all of the patients they recruit. If you've ever been admitted or visited the hospital, you may be familiar with the groups of trainees going bed to bed around the exam season, seeking patients to help us practice for the clinical exams. These patients repeatedly sit up in bed, allowing us to elicit their stories over and over again and subjecting themselves to frequent examinations. And they may wonder why they're suddenly so popular in the evenings when the word is spread that they have an important clinical finding or story to tell. Today, it's an important day to reflect on our careers to date and the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Our health service has endured a period of perhaps unprecedented difficulty in the recent years following the pandemic, and I'm sure you can always note on the news the bed crises. However, it's important to remember and reflect on our unique role and privilege that we do have as a member of this college. We should always have the privilege to look after our patients and to hold the trust that they place in us as their doctor and as part of a large multidisciplinary team looking after them. It includes the privilege to also develop our speciality from this point moving forward. We are one step further along the road to completing our training, and in doing so, we will help shape the practice of our chosen field. As new members of the college today, we will also become more senior members of our teams at work, and we will have the important job of teaching, training, and supporting those coming after us. It's important to reflect on the type of leader we wish to be in the coming years, and to help drive and maintain the standard of excellence that this college has characterised for the past 360 years. I want us to reflect again on our achievements today, to reflect on how far we've come. Personally, I feel it's only a few short weeks since I was standing nervously in Tralee General Hospital in front of Professor Horgan, about to get challenged on the cranial nerves. But now standing here today with all the new members of the RCPI, I think we can really see how far we have come. This is an important milestone in our careers. It's a goal we've looked forward to completing for many years, and we should be proud of our achievements. To the college, its members, this is our college. I'm delighted to join it with you all today, and I'm looking forward to working with you all in the future and hopefully attending our future graduation after we finish our higher specialty training. So everyone, congratulations.
Thank you, Fiona, for your really lovely words, and I really like the use of the word reflect in what you said there, Fiona, a very important word. The concept or thought of Professor Horgan challenging you on the cranial nerves fills me with real pleasure, and I've known her a long time. So I'd now like to ask Professor Duffy, our Director, Trevor Duffy, our Director of Healthcare Leadership, to address you. Trevor, thank you.
Thank you all. I won't delay you. Isn't it wonderful to be here today in this 17th century pomp and ceremony? The gowns feel a little uncomfortable as perhaps for the Gen Z, tech-savvy junior doctors, but the ceremony has a purpose. You've worked hard. You perhaps see the college as somewhat challenging and maybe confrontational as students challenged with a membership, but now you've got the keys and you're part of this college. I think it's been mentioned a few times today, the word leadership, and the declaration you read out, I think, contains some very telling points. You have to earn your keep in this college now. It is about your professional standing, your professional status, and how you represent the profession. But my role in the college, and the reason I suppose I'm here, is to reinforce the fact that the college understands the challenges that presents. The profession really is one of challenge and one that emphasises the leadership role, and the college is here to support you. So many of you here are lucky enough to have family in the audience here to support you, but I'd like you to look around the room again. And Dermot had talked about museum status, but just look at the portraits for a moment. While they are fitting for a museum, this is your new family, and they are your professional family tree, and we're here to support you. In modern terminology, it might be called a safe place. Perhaps something like the dressing room where you get prepared for the game outside, and the game is challenging. I hope you'll all have a long career, but as I said, that game is challenging and you will falter. And when you falter, I'd like you to think back to this ceremony, this day, the pomp and ceremony that we're going through. The purpose is to remind you the reason you're here, the reason you chose to do medicine. It was about a set of values, a purpose, and a belief in something beyond yourselves. And the college is here to support you. So keep in touch with us over the many years of your career. I wish you much happiness, much joy, and the college is here for you. Thank you.
So thank you, Trevor, for your words. And again, a set of values, a purpose, the professional family tree really connects me with it. It's a great personal pleasure to introduce our president. Mary and myself go back a long way. We graduated together in the same UCD medical class. We both got our membership on the same day. And Mary has done an extraordinary job in her 6-year tenure as the president of the college, and we're very proud of her achievements. And it is an absolute personal pleasure, Mary, to invite you to address your new members.
Thank you very much, Dermot. And just for the audience, when you're asked about the cranial nerves, that means you're in the first class honours grade. So obviously, Fiona did very well in my hometown of Tralee. So guest members and fellows, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our home, number 6 Kildare Street, which has been our home since 1863, although the college is a lot longer than that. And really, as Dermot said, we're here to celebrate a major milestone in your career. You really need your membership to career progress, but also to demonstrate that you've achieved a certain standard. And it is really hard to do because you're working full-time busy jobs, often over the hours that you're scheduled to do. You've got families in the background, and you still manage to study through 3 sets of exams, so that's a major achievement. And when I look at the faces in front of me today, it really reflects us as a college and also as a country. We're diverse, we're inclusive, and we're a college of equals. And it's nice, we don't have paediatricians here, but yesterday we had paediatricians as well as internal medicine and obstetricians and gynecologists. So really we work as one family, so it's nice to have a combination of people in different specialties today. I was in your place, I was reflecting, it's 35 years ago, in June, 35 years ago, so the time really flies. And when I was at your stage, I certainly never thought that I would be president of the college, and not to mind the first female president, or indeed the first person from Kerry to achieve this status. But, I was ambitious, and I had a vision, and while there's often barriers in the way, I think they're just seen as, I suppose you can jump over, what I usually do is just go around the barrier. There isn't any reason why one of you won't be in this position in a few years' time, because you are the next generation of physicians that practice in Ireland, but also from our colleagues who've travelled overseas to join us in the celebration and practice elsewhere. So my advice to you from an older colleague to younger colleagues is be ambitious, have a clear goal. There's always ups and downs in careers. You often don't always get the job that you want, but in several months or even years later, you find that was the best thing that ever happened to you because it opened up ever opportunities. And certainly my career has had a few ups and downs, more ups thankfully than downs, but do be ambitious and really do what you want rather than what you think there'll be a job in, because I think once you're happy with what you do, you'll enjoy your career, both your career as well as your personal life. And just to acknowledge the people at the back of the room, because like the way we work in hospitals, it's a team effort, and we wouldn't be here without earlier the financial support, now just the family support that we can go home to when it's particularly difficult. And I just see 2 of my friends, a colleague, Dermot Lanigan, and his wife Mary in the audience. I'm sure there are others there, but they're in the front row, so I can see them clearly, just to welcome them too from Cork. So we put a huge amount of effort into doing exams. Our reputation of the college is really, really important. And just to acknowledge not only the exams office, but also colleagues that set the exams, Dr. Lucy-Ann Behan, Dr. James Jameson, Professor Cathy McHugh, Dr. Helen Chu, Dr. Owen O'Caron, who's on the podium here today, Professor Mary Higgins, Professor Paul Byrne, Dr. Mark Hare, and Dr. Nikki Purandari, and all of the staff in the exams office that not just work here but overseas, and the examiners. We're passing the baton on to you. You know, generation is usually about 30 years, so that's what we're doing. It's really, really important that we remain strong and independent as a college, because not only do we train and educate, but we also advocate for important things and get involved in issues that are important to the health of our nation, irrespective of where you practice. And many of us took those roles as a means of giving back during the pandemic, being on NEFID or antigen testing and so on. I also want to acknowledge Dr. Anna Clark. Anna is part of our new RCPI Academy, a person who's always been involved in the college, giving back. She's a role model and a mentor to many, so warm welcome back to the college, Anna. Also, it's another day of another week of firsts. Audrey Houlihan, who's the front row in the audience, is our new CEO and also the first female CEO. So a warm welcome and many years of continued success. A bit bittersweet for me today because this is my last membership ceremony. Dermot will be taking over in mid-October. The college will be in very good hands, but I've certainly seen people right through from college when I was Dean of the Medical School in Cork, right through their training, and even graduated people who were after their higher training. So time for me to leave and move on to new challenges. Wishing you every success in your continued journey. It really is a fun career and you work with really fun people. And no doubt it's a job that you really get something out of. A big thanks to Emma and all of the team in the college who put this together, and our wonderful harpist Luke Webb, who's not only entertained you here, but bringing his beautiful Irish symbol of a harp to the college. So congratulations to everybody. Make sure you treat all your family to a lunch later, and look forward to talking to you in the hall. Enjoy your day.
So I think for all of you, they're really important words to hear from Mary. You know, be ambitious, ride the wave. There are ups and downs, and as Fiona said, reflect. And as Trevor said, think back into today's day and the achievement and the success that it is. And above all, remember it's your college, so be involved. You know, a lady said to me in the day hospital once, she said, you know, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Always be part of the solution. And you've got that opportunity when you're in here and in the college. So, believe it or not, that completes the conferring ceremony for the membership. So we've got the little complicated bit now here, where we're going to ask the guests to remain in the hall as the process out happens of the platform party and our new members. We'd have a group photograph for the new members that will take place, so we'll file out ahead of you, and a reception will follow in the Graves Hall. So the team here will let you out, follow us out after we're out. So thank you all very much, and congrats again. Well done.